Hello, and this is the next in our series on PHP for Designers. We'll actually be doing other things, of course, and this is one of the last videos, but I just wanted to get this video out of the way. Basically, what we're going to talk about today is a concept called PHP arrays, and I think it'd be good just to kind of dive in today and for me to show you what I mean by an array, in what context you use it, when you don't use it, and when you do. So an array in PHP just basically is an array of data. It's an array of data which can pull out. An array is somewhere to store data. Now you might think we've already come across that in a variable, and we sure have, but I'm going to show you the difference between a variable and what we want to create. So what I'm first going to do, just for demo purposes, is we're going to use my siblings and the family children as an example. So let's take a butcher's at my screen, and I'm just going to start writing. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a variable called children, and this is going to house all the names and the ages. And we're going to pretend we're doing a normal variable. We're going to set that equal to and obviously there's going to be multiple values, because including me there's 3 people, 3 children that live in this household. So we're going to want, and I'll do it in order of age, we're going to want Beth, we're going to want Tom, and we're going to want Jack. So we've got all this data packed into our variable and commas to separate the strings. So your default would be able to separate it in a variable. Let's just look at what gets choked out if we print this variable. So all I'm going to do is say print and get my variable name, and this will basically print whatever it is contained in my variable. So you can save that and go back to our browser and refresh, and nothing's come. Let's do a little something else. Let's just do echo. And then refresh. Still not working. It's just a basic variable. That's where we come into using arrays. You'll notice that it doesn't actually work. I was gonna show you something else, but it's dawned on me that it's not working because you can't have multiple values in a single variable. If you're going to do that, it has to be an object, which we're not going to go through today. But if I just take away all the other values and just put Beth, then it splits out the data in that variable, and we're all fine and dandy. But what happens when you want to put more than one piece of data in a variable, and you want to manipulate the things independently and get the stuff you need out of it? We're going to use that Beth, Tom and Jack example to create a variable. So for this, we're not going to use a generic variable, but we're going to use the some variable syntax. We're going to use the syntax for a variable and then an equal sign, but then we're going to set it up equal to array with a capital A, and we're going to give it some parameters just like you would in a function, and this is where we're going to put what we want. So as strings, I'm going to put in each of my values. So I'm going to put Beth, I'm going to put Tom, I'm going to put Jack. So there we have it. That should now allow us to put multiple values in a variable. We shouldn't need to change our echo children statement because it's still a variable, but it's handled in an array. So that should be the same. Then we just get it's because you need to put it it's echoing out that there is an array. It's not echoing out the results. So sorry about this, I'm a bit rusty on arrays, but I was wrong. You have to actually have an identifier. So in other words, you have to pick what parts of the array you want. This is where arrays really come in. So these things in strings, these word values, there's several different types of arrays. They're gonna portray to numbers. So they're gonna be our identifiers in the array. So I think I should just go ahead and write this so you can see what it does. After my string, so that's after the identifier, we're gonna write an equal sign, a greater than sign, and then we're gonna write a value. Arrays, like I'm showing you, rely on numeric values, and that's what they allow us to print out. So the numeric value for the identifier Beth is going to be 15, and then we're going to put another numeric identifier for the Tom part of the array, and then I'm going to put another numeric identifier for the Jack part of the array. So we've got our array filled out with all the data that it needs. The next thing we need to do is specify which identifiers we need to spit out a value for. So, in this case, if we wanted to, say we wanted to spit out a value for Jack, or any of the people in that array, what we'd do is we've got a square brackets on the end of our declaration, and then single quotation marks, so it's going to be single quotation mark string, and then the identifier that we put before the value in the string here. So in this case, it will be and then that should give us a result of 15. Yeah, it gave us a result of 15. So that was how to pull out bits of information from an array and store data, numeric data, multiple bits of numeric data in a single variable. So that was a little bit on how to use arrays, and I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching.